Who are the biblical Israelites? The world wants to know.
You're up against the truth, okay? The problem that Zionists are having, the broader issue that you guys are having, is that you are defending evil. You are behaving like psychopaths, and it's caught up. Like, you're going around demanding people lose their jobs. You are pretending that people are not starving in Gaza. You are outright mocking, at points, Zionists like Randy Fine in Congress, images of children that are starving, saying that they deserve that. And you can only behave like a sadistic, psychopathic, murderous individual for so long before the world takes notice. I think, again, this is just the way I'm reading the situation, but I think the world has taken notice that there's something fundamentally wrong with Zionism because it requires so many lies, so much hideous reinterpretation. The media that you guys have, you've had the support of the Western media, certainly in America, it's like a Zionist enterprise, writing all of these articles, ignoring the deaths, ignoring what's happening in Gaza, until this very point where it's gotten so bad they can't ignore it anymore. And you go, I don't understand why people don't like Israel. I don't understand why people are hating Israel. This is why. You guys have gone full mask down for the last 2 years. And it takes a special kind of sadistic, murderous mind to continually defend this and go, but what about October 7th? You're behaving like psychopaths, truly like psychopaths. You're just not aware of yourself. And it's just not normal. These headlines are just not normal. And we can go over some of these right now. I mean, you now have the patriarchs and the heads of the churches in Jerusalem who are issuing statements about what's happening. The settlers, the absolute gremlins and goblins who go in and are taking over territory. Nope, not paying for it, not by just taking over people's territory, burning their crops, killing their animals, killing their livestock to make it so that it's unlivable. And just going, we're gonna take it, it's ours. Gremlins, goblins, literally, that's what you are. You see these people, they are just the most despicable, debased individuals you could ever imagine. And to do this under the context of Holy Land, like we are chosen by whom? Satan? That's the only thing that makes sense. You have to be chosen by Satan to be doing what you're doing. And then to look at us and go, we're the victims. We're the victim. Didn't you see what happened October 7th when, conveniently Netanyahu ignored everything that was happening at the border as if he knew it was going to happen? And yeah, conveniently we killed a lot of our own people, but then we just went to the press and said, oh my gosh, look what happened to us. It's just like the Holocaust. And then we just committed a Holocaust. Yeah. More headlines. Baby dies following a cesarean delivery after a mother is killed in an Israeli airstrike. Yes, it's about a newborn baby who died. They tried to rescue his baby via cesarean, and now that baby has died. And you guys look at us and you go, why aren't you supporting Israel? I would literally rather saw off my own foot than support Israel ever again, by the way. Never supporting that demonic nation ever again. That's I'm so off that train. It's crazy. I've learned way too much. And you guys really have done the best PR. I'm glad that you guys exist. I'm glad that you're chasing down college protesters, that you're trying to pass speech laws, that you have people like Randy Fine who are laughing at death and starvation, because you ran the most effective PR campaign that you could have run for what that nation is. You won, I would say. You delivered in every way that you are supposed to deliver by just going full mask down. You often hear this word inhumane, right? They don't dehumanize. You dehumanized yourself. You proved that you have to not be a human to look at what is going on in Gaza and to try to spin it as necessary, as a necessary response to October 7th. That takes somebody that is something other than human to keep doing that. And that's what you've done, and that's what you're being, and I will never be able to unsee that like the rest of the world. That's why I say it's incumbent upon us now. These are our kids that are growing up. You may have been able to do it with Robert Maxwell's textbooks, raise generation people to think like I did. Like, oh my gosh, like we have to make sure that a Holocaust never happens. We have to support Israel. Nope. Now we are reading the books. We're learning about how you've executed this. You've blindfolded the entire world to what you are. And what I think you might be is possessed by a real demon. I'm Catholic. I believe in demons. And Netanyahu is very clearly a demon. And any person that supports him, like you are a part of a like totally demonic enterprise. And we're never going to be able to unsee that, okay? Another headline for you. A worst case scenario of famine is unfolding in Gaza. Yeah, we're aware. We've been aware of that for a long time. You tried to ignore that. Oh, it didn't happen. No, Hamas is stealing. Hamas, ISIS, all of these people are just so conveniently, these terror groups are so convenient in helping Israel expand its borders. We know that now. We're aware of these operations that you're running and constantly blaming it on Muslims, radical Muslims, that you're funding always, right? You just always happen to be funding, Israel happens to be funding these groups. We're aware of what you're doing in Armenia. You're killing Christians. You've always been killing Christians. And you've always been pointing the finger at Muslims. So everyone's awake to that now. So you got a little bit more than a PR problem, Bill Ackman, okay? You have the PR solution, which is that you won. We know what you are. We see what you are. So what are you going to do now? Kill us all? That's kind of the broader question that I think you guys are going to have to ask yourselves. Pass more speech laws in America? Pull the Brigitte, start suing people? Demand that they're fired? The last thing is like, well, we control the courts. So we're just going to make all of you guys suffer. And we're just going to bankrupt you all. Yeah, we'll see about that. But I wanted to help you put two and two together of what's going on. And it's that you are what's going on. We can see you and we can see your behavior. And that is the leading cause for the sentiment, the worldwide sentiment that is against Israel at this moment.
Should define Israel? Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of Israel, yes.
So is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah, nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the descendants
God's
of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
But the world knows that's not true. So then, the question remains, who are the biblical children of Israel today? And to answer that question, we need to take a look at Black history, the redacted Black history. What if everything we thought we knew about Black history, its origins, its migrations, its faiths, had been filtered through a lens of distortion? What if the most profound truths had been deliberately buried beneath centuries of revision, euphemism, and silence? This investigative report was born from a simple but dangerous question. What did the old books really say? Not the textbooks of modern institutions, nor the filtered footnotes of polished scholars, but the first-hand writings of explorers, clergy, and lawmakers before the year 1850, those who recorded what they saw without the need to conform to today's sanitized narratives. What we found inside those forgotten volumes will unsettle the foundations of accepted history. You are about to follow a long trail covered in dust. What you uncover may unsettle your assumptions, but it will bring you closer to a truth that cannot be denied. If you're ready to sift through the ashes of erased history and uncover what was never meant to be found, turn to Black History Case Files. Buried heritage where the veil is lifted, the redactions undone, and the true biblical Israelites stand revealed.